What's up, guys? We're here today again at HardRacing doing our rigid series. Today we are going to do the install for the Tacoma with the rigid light bar brackets and an SR series 30-inch LED light bar. We're going to show you how quick and easy it is to install it on the truck. It's OEM fit as far as the brackets. They bolt up to the stock holes, so it's going to be pretty straightforward. And we'll show you now. First thing you gotta do, obviously, is pull off that front bumper. So we're gonna pop the hood, remove 2 bolts, couple push pins, and that front bumper pretty much comes right off. Alright, so first step is to remove these 2 bolts here. Then there are push pins right here on the sides, and then one on each side. Take a little screwdriver to those, prop them loose, and then the whole bumper is gonna pop loose. These are a 10mm socket. Once you pop them up, then they just pull right loose. Pretty straightforward. And off it comes. And next you want to go ahead and pop these 2 side covers off. Just quick little push pins. That way you get direct access down to the bumper mount where the brackets go. Alright, next step, what you gotta do, as you see we've already done it here, is knock out that little grill portion there. You're gonna come in 3/4 of an inch on this side and 3/4 of an inch on that side, so that way you get just enough room to install the bar and have adjustments for the brackets. But basically that needs to go away because that's where the light bar is going. So you can either use a little X-Acto knife or a little Sawzall, a little hand knife, whatever you want to use. It's pretty thin plastic, so it's not really that big a deal. You're just cutting it flush across the top and bottom, and then 3/4 of an inch off on each side. And then that way the light bar fits in right inside that gap. Alright, so next step we're going to loosen the 2 outside bumper bolts on each side. And that's where the bracket's going to fit behind those. Alright, so once you get the nuts released and removed from the studs, you want to go ahead and install the brackets and just barely start to turn the nuts on, just enough to keep the brackets from falling off, but you don't want to crank them down until you install the light bar in between the 2 brackets. Alright, so once you got the light bar installed between the brackets, go ahead and throw the nuts on each end so the bar can't slip out. Then you want to go ahead and cinch down the brackets against the frame back to torque spec, and that way the brackets are solid and good. Then you can adjust your angle of your light bar later on. Alright, and next step, you snip the bottoms of the covers off like this right here. And that will make clearance for the brackets when you put the covers back on the bumper. Alright, so next step will be the wire harness. Now obviously this is going to be totally personal preference on how you do it. You can run the toggle switch up into your dash. It's got a relay, so you can technically wire it. Obviously this goes to your battery and your ground. You got a little fuse there. And then this normally goes to your toggle switch, but you could, which is what we're going to do, is just run a trigger wire off of one of your hot leads for your like fog lamps. So basically, if you don't want to mess with trying to get inside the firewall and doing a toggle switch in your dash just so you can never use it, because it's just pretty much always going to probably be on with your fog lights, you can tap the trigger wire off of your fog light hot wire, so when your fog lights come on, your light bar will come on. That's what we're going to do. Makes it a lot easier. That way, if you don't want your light bar or your fog lights off, you can turn them off together, one switch on your dash like you normally do, and if you want them on, you turn them on. Of course, again, it's personal preference. If you want to have that independent switch for just the light bar, then you would run the cables into your cabin and use the LED toggle switch so that you can independently turn the light bar on and off when you want to. That is all personal preference. Alright, so once you go ahead and finish up your wiring, get everything squared away there, then you want to reinstall your little side vents. Quick and easy, pop them back in, a little push button on the bottom of each one, and all that's left now is installing your bumper. Obviously, it goes without saying, test your wiring before you put the bumper on it. Make sure everything's wired correctly, and make sure the light comes on the way you like it, then put the bumper on. Alright, and of course the last step is to be responsible and align your light bar. Go point it at a garage door and level it so that it's pretty even with your fog lights. You don't need to be blasting people in the face and eyes. That's not cool. So obviously get that aligned up, tighten down the bolts, and you are good to go. Hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, please drop a comment down below. We'd like to hear your feedback, positive or negative, doesn't matter. We'd like feedback. Let us know what you think. And of course, click the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it so you're notified when we make more of our Rigid videos. And if you have any questions or if you're interested in any of the Rigid product, be sure to send us an email. We have coupon codes for the Rigid line. Can help save you some money. And if you have any questions, comments, you can also reach us at HardRacing.com, email, or give us a call. We'll get you taken care of.